his life changed. One of the guys in that rehab's name was Gucci. He was what they call in New York City a mother. He would knock off drug dealers. I'm like, does it take long to figure out that's probably a bad idea? He was a barber, and these drug dealers would come in and brag all about, I got a shipment coming in, da-da-da. So he'd cut it off and steal all the drugs and sell them himself. Like, you know this is a dead-end road, right? That's a bad idea. Gucci got saved. Gucci runs a youth ministry in New York City right now, works in a Christian bookstore. And I don't know how that works. You walk in, excuse me, I'd like a Bible. Yo, what do you want? You know, he's got the slices all in his eyebrows, all jacked up, you know, full-on gangbanger. And he, let me pick you out one. You want an NIV, an ASB, a King James? You know? But God changed him. See, I just grew up some kid. I never saw, I had the privilege of being in a home with Jesus. I didn't see how bad sin was. I didn't have to watch how God changed people like that. In New York, I saw that, and I've seen it other places. You are the light. You don't need to hide it. You don't need to be ashamed because you got the answer. This is real. You are salt, and you are light. God is at work in you and through you. You know, one of the struggles that we have that kind of runs this off at the pass is that, you know, we want to be relevant. And I think we need to be relevant, you know. You don't go to a Spanish country and share the gospel in English, you know. It doesn't work well. We need to be relevant to the people we're working with. But here's the thing. What we do is we try so hard to be like everybody, you know, that now what's going to make them thirsty for what we have? Because we look just like them, you know. This one dude in Christian Service, I always tell this story because I just think it's hilarious. This guy he got saved, he started Bible study in his house, and you know, tons of people coming and everything, and the leaders go to him, they're like, man, we're so proud of you. You know, what are you doing? He said, well, I just tell everybody, you come to my house Thursday night, you can have all the free pot you want, and we're going to do a Bible study. And it just cracks me up. They're like, no, you can't do that. And liability. But here's the thing. There are verses in Scripture about becoming like people to reach them. Those verses don't talk about compromise. They're talking about removing stumbling blocks out of people's way so that we don't hinder them from coming to Jesus. You know? They're not talking about compromise. So for Jewish people, Paul didn't go in there with a big old sloppy Joe of pork saying, hey, you got to know, you need to embrace Jesus. Because here's the thing, they're going to reject the messenger and not even hear the message. So he chose not to eat pork with them. You know? He didn't go to a crackhead and say, hey, let's smoke up together and then we'll read John. You know? And we've gotten that mixed up. And when we do, we lose our saltiness and we hide our light. You know, I want to share with you just real quick, where are we headed in Christian circles? There are 3 things I want to share with you. One is that we are going to become, and in some ways I think we are now, but we're going to increasingly become even more a movement of multiplication. Here's what I mean by that. Well, let me ask you this first. Would you rather have, and some of you know this thing, would you rather have would you rather have $1 million every day for 30 days, or $1 double every day for 30 days? Would you rather have $1 million a day for 30 days, or $1 a day double for 30 days? Which one?
I'll take a penny double for 30 days.
Yeah. If you take if you take $1 million a day for 30 days, how much you got? $30 million. In this scenario, you don't really lose either way. $30 million. Oh darn, I chose A. Oh, $30 million. B, $1 doubled for 30 days. So first day you get $1. Second day we double it, 2. Now you're rocking. How much does your buddy have? $2 million. Third day, you're catching up. You've got $4. He's got $3 million. Which one is really impressive? A. But there comes a tipping. as it doubles, continues to double, continues to double. At the end of the month, you have over $530 million. I didn't believe that, so I got out my calculator and started just doubling it. Times 2, times 2, times 2, 30 times. Over $530 million. You're like, wait, no, how does that happen? It happens like this. There's a principle of multiplication. At first, we're really impressed with growth. Man, we started with nothing, and day one we got $1 million. Woo! That's impressive. This poor guy over here only got $1. You know? That's not impressive. But the principle of multiplication, as it doubles and doubles and doubles and doubles, it's the idea of compounding interest. There comes a point where now it's doubling significantly and rapidly. What has that got to do with anything? Think of it this way. I want to put a blue X on everybody in the room. How long is it going to take if this room were filled, every chair, for me to go through, put a blue X on every person? It's going to take a while, huh? Look around. There's a lot of chairs. What if, though, I carried a bunch of blue pins, and as I put a blue X on you, I handed you a pin, and now you join in. And so do the people you give it to. And so do the people you give it to. And so do the people you give it to. See, here's the problem. We think that Jesus called us to evangelize the lost. He didn't. We think we're supposed to go around and put the Jesus mark on everybody. I got one. I got two. And the impressive people, they get a lot. They get $1 million a day. You know? This guy over here, he just got one. That's not what Jesus called us to. He didn't call us to call people to a decision. He asked us to call people to a relationship. It's totally different. It's different. Christianity isn't a ticket out of hell. It's a ticket into a relationship with God. A relationship where we follow. Organisms that are healthy reproduce. When you lead somebody to Jesus, the goal is that they would grow up and not lead somebody to Jesus, but that the people they lead to Jesus would lead people to Jesus, would lead people to Jesus, would lead people. That's what he did. It's interesting to me that Jesus was not preoccupied with saving the world as much as he was pouring into 12 people who would pour in, who would pour in, who would pour in, would save the world. I mean, why didn't Jesus just proclaim the good news to everybody? He's God, for goodness sake. He could have done, I mean, he could have invented billboards, you know? He could have had his dad, he could have had a fiery chariot pull one of those banners across the sky. I mean, but that wasn't information transfer he was doing. He was making committed followers who would make committed followers, who would make committed followers. Now, right now, we're all cringing. We're getting all tight in our seat. We're sitting up straight. And we're like, whoa, he's starting to talk about discipleship. I can't talk about discipleship. One time somebody asked me about transubstantiation. I couldn't spell it. I don't know what that is. And I can't disciple somebody because I don't know all that stuff. Did you hear what Dave talked about? Can you be a follower? Can you encourage somebody else to follow? Can you say when they ask you stuff you don't know, I don't know? You know? See, we've made discipleship into this intricate, unbelievable thing. Okay, I'm going to take you through 13 weeks, and at the end of it, you'll have a seminary degree. I know you've only been saved 5 minutes, but let's get started. You know? And most of us, myself included, go, man, I don't think I can do this.